Comfortable. I mean, I don't know if the stats show it so much, but you had a big game the other day. How is everybody's comfort level with Jake right now and trying to find the right connection?
Well, I feel like it's getting better with Jake down 2 receivers, down 1 out for the season, 1 for the first half. It definitely leaves a chance for other receivers to step up and make some plays. It definitely leaves the door open for them to do that. I know I've already talked to Jake, and we're staying after. We're getting some time now this week with some other receivers. So we just got to focus on what we have right now and get better with that.
Who are some guys that you feel like that you've noticed that might be ready to step up a little bit that we haven't seen a lot of? I think of guys like Matt Lander or some other guys that you may see a lot of in practice. Receiver work.
Matt Lander. Kier's had a great fall camp, but he broke his hand first game. But so I'm looking to him to step up this week, and I'm looking to Matt to step up this week. Those are just some of the guys, and George. We just gonna have to talk to George, and we don't need those type of things because, as you can see, they really hurt us.
Have y'all had that yet? Have you guys had to sit down with George?
We had a chance to sit down with him yesterday and talk to him about it. And I think he sincerely knows what he did wrong and knows how to improve from it. So.
Well, it was clear his impact in the 8 minutes or whatever he played. What does George what can he provide in that second half? I mean, will that give you a little spark maybe if it's a tight game coming out of the locker room?
I feel like it definitely can. I know personally Jake is very close to George, and they have a great time, and they have he knows him as a receiver, so it definitely gives us a little spark in the second half if it does come down to the postseason.
How much do you put on you yourself to be you being the old guy? Sorry, this week being the leader and says, we got a next man up, but like you personally, I mean, do you put it on you as like, hey, I've been around the longest, it's up to me?
Well, yeah, like you said, I'm the oldest guy in the room. I have the most experience, so it's up to me to put myself on a higher pedestal and try to bring those young guys with me.
Going off that experience, you played in the SEC championship game, obviously the most out of that receiving core. How do you get guys like Blaylock and some of those the freshmen to prepare for a big game like this?
Well, I feel like everybody is on the same page as knowing the importance of the game and knowing what we have in front of us, and we just have to continue to let them know, like, we're taking it one game at a time, but at the same time, we're 2 games away from going to national championship, 3 games away from being national champions. So just let them know the importance, and I feel like they'll come along with it.
Obviously, you guys have tons of motivation for Saturday. How much does being an underdog motivate? Because everybody, I think most people are probably going to be picking this game. How does that play into it for you guys?
Well, I mean, I feel like being at Georgia, we've been underdogs plenty of times. This position isn't anything really new. So I feel like we haven't been. I'm sorry. This isn't anything new for us. So I feel like if we are put as underdogs, pressure is put, it all comes with it.
Is it kind of strange? I mean, you guys have to still go to school this week. Yeah. How weird, on weeks like this, how weird is it to sit in class?
It is kind of weird just knowing you have a really big game this week, but at the same time, as student athletes, you got to get the student part done first. And that just goes with the game.
How much get your classmates and all encouraged when you step in the classroom? What do they say?
Well, I let them know at the beginning of the semester, like, I don't really talk much about football in class, but there are a couple guys that I talk to about it, and they express their concerns and everything, so I talk with them a little bit, but I try to keep the class and football separate.
Talk a little bit about the physicality of LSU's defensive backs.
Well, I've had a chance to watch a little film on them so far, and I know they have a really good freshman that's doing really well outside at the cornerback position, and he seems very physical, and you have the safety like Dale Pitt, and he seems very physical, but we're in the SEC, so we know it's going to be a physical game every week, and we're just looking forward to it. That's what we're built off of.
And some of the sluggishness of the passing game for y'all this year, is it more been timing, or is it guys not being able to get off physicality at the line? What can you pinpoint?
Well, I feel like with the inconsistency of our receiver core, like who's been starting and everything, that has something to do with it. But at the end of the day, I feel like it all comes down to just getting off the ball with press coverage, and just making the one-on-one plays. That's been the big thing.
How different is it going in this week than 2 years ago when you're all going into your first SEC championship? It seems like
For me,
or for the team, it seems like you guys are very used to this 13th game at this point.
I don't really see it as much difference. We had an older team then, so that might be one of the biggest differences. But now since we have a younger team now, it's up to the older guys, like I said before, to express the importance of this game and express the importance of the rest of the season to these younger guys, and just go from there.
I think you were asked about being underdogs. You guys haven't technically been underdogs, betting underdogs much, but in games that are expected to be closer, and when you're underdogs, you guys have played well. Is there something about that? Is there something about like getting some chippiness when
I feel like that might have something to do with it. It kind of puts a chip on your shoulder a little bit, just to know that you're predicted to lose. Like that kind of just puts you.
do you guys seek out or find like people that have picked against you? Or,
No, not really. No.
really?
Yeah. No, not really.
Where does that come from then?
Well, all the motivation comes from within the team. Like I said, we don't really look at the outside factors. We're all about focusing on us and making ourselves better. And we kind of put the chip on our shoulder ourselves with the outside factor.
After Saturday's game, some Georgia Tech defensive players said they were surprised that you guys tried to throw over them as opposed to, maybe in front of them. Do you sense that on the field? Do you sense that that's maybe something that's not expected from your
other
passing game?
defenses? Well, yeah, they expect us to run the ball. They look at a lot of people look at our passing game as our deficiency. So, of course, teams are going to be a little surprised when we go to the ball or when we go deep. But I feel like for us to be a complete team, that is something we need to continue to work on and continue to do.
You mentioned staying longer with Jake after practice this week. What's that look like? How much longer are you guys staying? Is it just as simple as running a few rounds? Do you have a guy covering you?
Well, it'll all be like just getting timing down as far as throwing some routes. It'll probably all be on air, but just so he knows where we'll be when we run these routes. And that's just to start it off. Like that's all the beginning.
Is that going to be all of you guys or just you and Jake?
Well, no, it'd be me and a couple other receivers. Whoever wants to stay and get better. If you don't, I'm not going to force you not to get better. So, me and a couple of receivers already dedicated our afternoons after practice to this.
Tyler, have you seen enough at LSU that defense? What are they doing so well right now? Because they've had some ups and downs all year as far as giving up points and yards, but they're obviously playing their best at the right time.
Yeah, the biggest thing is they're just habit. That's one of the things our defense preaches. They're just wreaking havoc, negative plays, making turnovers, and that kind of gives your defense confidence going into every game.
And then you guys are not underdogs very much. I mean, I guess we're 13 games into the season and you're an underdog for the first time. There's still so much at stake with this game, but can good old-fashioned motivation work this week too with you guys being in the underdog? Are y'all going to use that?
Well, I feel like we definitely will. Coach Smart will express. I'm sure he'll express it to us a little bit and kind of get guys going. But the biggest thing is doing it for your brothers, not doing it because you're underdogs. Just doing it for the guys next to you.
Tyler, this is your third SEC championship game, same with Barnett over there. I mean, does that help you guys at all? Does that matter that you guys have been on the stage and played in these big games before?
Well, definitely. It gives us a sense of knowing you have a little bit of experience in that area. Knowing you've been here before, you don't get the same amount of chills. You kind of just more relaxed, you're more trusting on your training and depending on your training in the game. And it's just more calm and collected.
Kirby was saying one of the benefits too is you guys know the benefit or what the routine is for an SEC championship game. Kind of what goes into an SEC championship routine maybe later this week that's different from what a regular game would be.
For one, this is the same time around finals, so a lot of guys there's a lot of focus that going into class and a lot of focus that going on the field right now. So just with the older guys knowing how to balance it can give us an advantage.
Tyler, what's the feeling like in the wide receiver room, knowing that you'll be without Cager and without Pickens for the first half?
Well, it brings some excitement to the younger guys and to some of the guys that haven't made as many plays right now. like I said before, it leaves the door open for a lot of plays to be made in the passing game and just a lot of opportunities.
When you talk about the pass game and kind of throwing over the top of defense, I know you guys aren't holding things back earlier this year, but are you guys excited at the prospect of now this game leaves everything kind of empty the playbook, so to speak, kind of throw everything out there?
Yeah, definitely. I know we have a lot of plays, a lot of plays we have yet to run, but it's time now to put them on the field and show what we've been putting on the practice field all year.
Tyler, I know you guys are going to try to do your part to be as efficient as you can, but it's like knowing that you have a defense that's pretty much answered the call every game this year, or most games. How good do you feel about your chances with this defense against that offense?
Well, I'm going to take us over anybody at the end of the day. I feel like our coaches are going to do a great job this week at scheming and planning and implementing plays that work very well against the defense. So I have a lot of confidence in our coaches and our players to get a job done.
What do you remember about that LSU game from last year? Does that sort of have any carryover into the game this weekend?
Well, it left a real sour taste in our mouth. Just going out there to LSU and losing like that, that's the last thing that we were expecting. So just going into this game with a chip on our shoulder, just knowing what happened last year. So.
And then have you said anything to George after what happened on Saturday and speaking with him at all?
Yeah, I've talked to him a little bit, and I know he took the time yesterday to apologize to the offense and just let him know, like, you gotta learn how to control your actions. Now, putting that on film, a lot of people may feel like they can provoke you. That's the last thing you want. So you just gotta watch what you do.
And then Blaylock's had some big moments in big games this year. What sort of allowed him to sort of do that and play like that?
Well, he's always calm and collected. He's pretty confident. He knows the playbook, so it gives you a certain level of confidence going out there on the field. It lets you play calm and slow the game down a little bit. So, I mean, he's done a great job at catching the ball, a great job at receiving and punt return for us this year.
What has been George's demeanor the last 48 hours when you were talking to him, others were talking to him walking down the halls?
Just a little bit more humble. What he did, it really affected the team, and we'll probably need him that first half. So he knows what he did really affected us, but he knows also that he can just pick up and learn from here.
What was your reaction when some defensive players stood up in the locker room at halftime at Tech?
I knew it was coming, just because offense sometimes isn't living up to their full potential. So the defense expressed their concerns this weekend. Offense, we had to sit there and kind of be humble and go out there and just put on the show.
What does it mean to you personally when a teammate does that as opposed to a coach?
Well, it definitely hits harder than when the coach says it. Our coach, Coach Hankton, the receiver coach, he kind of explained to us, like, your mom, your dad might tell you something over and over again, but when your brother or sister tells you, it's like, maybe I really do need to change something. Maybe I do need to change my habits and stuff like that. So it hits harder when your brothers say something to you.
I wanted to ask you about Richard and JR. They're the guys on this defense that are rotating out there every play. What is it like going against them in practice and all the experience they bring to that defense?
It's always good on good. So you're always making each other better. Like at the end of the day, they have their times where they might get me, and I have my times where I might beat them. So, I mean, it's just going into practice, knowing you're practicing against great players like that. It gives you confidence going into whoever you're playing that week.
Playing in this game last 2 years, how big of an advantage can that be for you guys?
It definitely gives a lot of older guys on the team an advantage, like they were saying before, just knowing the routine of the SEC game and knowing the process of everything. And, kind of go in the game a little bit more calm and collected, just knowing what you have to do and trusting on your training.
And this season has been full of challenges and criticism for Jake Fromm, more than he's ever faced. What have you seen out of him handling that and his growth as a junior?
Well, he definitely hasn't let it get to him. Jake is one person where he doesn't let the outside things get to him. He just focuses on what he has to do and focus on making himself better for the team and for himself.
Tyler, where do you think you guys can get out of the under this week?
Well, we don't know just yet. We'll look to see what we get so far.
Tyler, when did you get the shoulder brace off? Kirby said you got the brace off a while ago. How long have you had it off?
About 3-4 weeks now.
Is it like being freed?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. It was restricted a little bit before, but like